Hi, Dr. Megha. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Dr. Bhumi. Happy to be here.
So, you're an microendodontist,
Yes.
and I would like to ask you, what's your life as a woman dentist?
Interesting. I think it is as interesting as it can be because I have a very comfortable routine, but that's not consistent. As a dentist, we're used to having days that are really busy and then days where you don't have a lot of work. But what I do like switching to micro endo and micro dentistry altogether is that I get to do my cases with like more focus and have like a better outcome. So at the end of the day, satisfaction is more. Other than that, I do have like, apart from dentistry, my own interests. So yes, 5, 6 hours of working, 6 days a week. Life is good, nothing to complain, majorly.
So, what do you do after work?
After work, I work out. Then I work some more. Sometimes I do my side interests, whether that's writing, reading, or just meeting some friends and spending time with family. So yeah.
Sounds interesting. Sounds lawyer. Can you please share the significance of microdentistry?
Okay. So again, as we know, now we have definitely globally shifted to minimally invasive dentistry, right? And when it comes to endodontics, I think doing it without a microscope is not very feasible altogether because one, isolation, number two, minimally invasiveness does extend the life of a tooth. It increases your precision with the treatment. There is no way in hell you can see what you can see with a microscope without. Like the moment I shifted to loops back in college, it was a life changing moment because that's when I felt that, okay, now I think I can do dentistry for life because you see things, you can do it. If you don't see, you can't do. And you would be surprised how much you can actually see once you are working under magnification. Work becomes a lot better. Your margins are better, your ceiling is better, your everything is like a lot more enhanced and precise. So it gives you a better outcome at the end of the day.
That's right. I work with Moops now, and it has actually changed my life.
Yes.
I actually, I'm not sure how people do root canals without magnification.
Right?
Can't even see all the.
Yeah. What magnification are you using?
I'm currently using a local one, but I'm using loops. It's like 3.5x.
Okay, that's good for like starters endo. Plus nowadays I think we do have a lot of interesting options even with the ergo loops and like, higher max. So yeah, dentistry without that I don't think makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Talking about that, I want to ask you, what's the advice you would like to give to dentists who are about to start their magnification journey?
Okay, magnification journey. I think it's very important to kind of pick your line, like what you want to do in dentistry because it is so vast. Like here itself today, we have people from like all over dentistry, so many fields. So I think as long as you have it clear that, okay, I'm going to do endo resto, I'm going to do crowns implants, you can then pick a right magnification for you. Number two, you can put your attention and focus and pricing everything according to that. Like when you say, like you started with the loops 3.5, I believe you're doing general dentistry with it. Yeah, so you still would have like one or two favorite treatments. May I ask what's that? Root care. Okay. So once you know that, okay, this is my thing, now say you're increasing in magnification, you can go up to 5, you can go up to 10, given this is your forte, right? But if you're an implantologist or a prosthodontist, then you need not worry too much about magnification increase. You can go about better ergonomics. You can shift to ergo loops. You can make, other things better about it. So anyone shifting to magnification, I would say start small. If you think your eyes are getting strained, this, that, buy a good quality loop for sure. Get your IPD set and nicely get it custom made for you. Start with like couple of hours a day. Ensure to take it off once in a while. Give your eyes a bit of a rest because it does happen that, too much of it gives you a slight strain. And just stay at it. Don't get lazy. Anytime you think you'll do something faster without it, sorry, you're kind of like, going down on quality with your own self. So just don't do that. Like, if you want to be a microendodontist, you are not practicing without magnification, period. Yeah.
And what's the magnification you recommend for beginners?
I think 2.5 is a good one, depending what you're doing. But 2.5 is fair. Like, okay, you can see a little better.
Yeah, it puts stain in eyes of people who are just.
Again, quality makes a difference. Back in college, like we started with a very local kind of a loop, and I did not wear it for more than 2, 3 times for like the first week. It was a cheap one, okay? I could not like work with that. Next thing we did, we spent a lot more amount getting like a good quality loop. Me and one more of my batchmate, only the two of us bought it. And at that point, I was like, oh my God, is this even okay spending this much on it? But later on, I think it was the best investment that I made because, they're like a baby to me. Like I love them. So yeah, makes a difference.
Okay, Dr. Megha, that was an amazing talk.
Thank
It
you.
was so much interesting. It was so knowledgeable.
Thanks a lot. Wishing you all the best on your micro journey.
Thank you.
Thanks.